This is the end of Philadelphia. This is the Delaware River. This is a Conrail Amtrak railroad track. It's still in active use. There'll probably be trains crossing, hopefully. Actually, probably not. One just passed. So it doesn't matter. Just doing a little R&R today. A little rest and relaxation. I think that's what that stands for. Or maybe it stands for railroad. Every so often, me and Rick the Pup, we go for walks. Kind of trespassing. This is definitely trespassing. But it's one of those places where you're kind of allowed to trespass. Look, I don't know if see those birds sitting on that plank of wood out there? That's the Betsy Ross Bridge. I'm going to stand here for a few seconds and just see how many cars go by. Ready? 1, 2. Here we go. 3. It's a very important bridge. Without this bridge, some say the city would collapse. That was 3. So yeah. Hold on, Rick. I got to get a number 4. There has to be a 4th car to cross this bridge. There it is. There it is. Number 4. It's a truck. Let's go. That's an abandoned... well, it's not abandoned because some of it's still in use, but a lot of it isn't in use anymore. That's a Pico, the Philadelphia Electric Company. That's one of their old plants. And you can see like the roof. I don't know if you can see it from here. The camera on this fella doesn't work so well. It doesn't zoom. But the roof's caved in. Windows are missing. But next to it is a building that's still in use. A lot of, Oh, that's a hobo's fire. Rick the Puppy. Maybe a no good Nick about. Oh, there's a Blu-ray, a 3D, The Darkest Hour. That's a regret of mine. I used to run a video store, so I used to get DVDs and shit. Really cheap. So I had so many movies and DVDs. I wasted so much money on stuff. The only time I think it was a wise choice was when it was I'm right here, Rick. It was a kids' cartoon, because then you get your bang for your dollar. It's high tide right now. It's 4,000 steps. It's 4. What time is it? I got a watch telling me everything but the time. 2:20. Yeah, let's get out of here before the goddamn kids get out of school. They're doing something to this railroad. You see those little shelves, I guess? I don't know what they would be called. Planks to stand on. I guess you stand there when a train comes by. They have more of them over there, just on the ground. They've been there for a few years. I've been back here for a while. Me and Rick are the only things back here. I mean, there might be a squirrel. But, yeah, there's nobody else back here fishing or anything. It's too cold. One of the, I think it's Gene. One of the deckhands, Gene, from Bridesburg. He said it was a rite of passage to cross this bridge as a child. We used to have a railroad trestle like this in Port Richmond. It wasn't active, and I used to cross that. I don't think I couldn't do that across an active railroad. And then we're talking Amtrak, folks. So we're talking like not bullet trains. We don't have bullet trains in America. Listen, I got some of you guys in Europe. Oh, you guys have kilometers. I hate that we do it differently. Don't you wish we all did it all the same? I watched this one guy, Steve. Camping with Steve. Hiking with Steve. He does it both. He'll tell you what it is in Fahrenheit, and then he'll have it pop up in the corner. He's a good guy. But how fast do your trains go? Just say they go faster. Like, we don't really have super duper fast trains. Our fast is like, we don't have a bullet train in Philadelphia or in America. I think that's coming. I don't know. I don't watch the news, but apparently something happened with trains and infrastructure. I read the comments, and somebody in the comments said, with the new infrastructure bill passed, maybe SEPTA will build a train to Northeast Philadelphia. And I said, no, why would they do that? They got buses that do that. Oh my God, I had a granola bar. Yeah, I don't think this goes anywhere, Rick. This is good. This is good for him to get out. A little exploring. I was going to camp here for a night. I thought it might be cool. I have a hammock. Because I watch this guy. I watch Hiking with Steve. I don't know why I call it Hiking with Steve. He doesn't hike at all at camp. Oh, God damn it. So yeah, I watch Steve, whatever his name is, and he camps, and that's his whole thing. He sleeps places where he's not supposed to sleep. And I was going to do it. And I just don't trust society as much as Steve does. You know, Steve lives in Canada, so he doesn't have to deal with no good nicks and shit. And I watched this video of like it was like the top 10 worst humans ever to not get prosecuted and their crimes. And one of the crimes was there was a guy who would go around with a sledgehammer and just bash in homeless people's skulls. And they never caught him in the act. So one day they set up a dummy. And this guy comes over like Triple H with a goddamn sledgehammer and bashes in their skull. They were mannequins, so nobody died. But here's the thing. They couldn't prosecute him because they said that he didn't kill anybody. Like, there's no proof that he did it. There was no blood on the hammers. Let him go. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I don't guess, but I think that guy should be in jail, at least in a mental institution. So because of that guy and his stupid sledgehammer, I don't go camping. You doing good, bud? We go this way yet? This is like the city woods to me. This is no, come on, what are you doing? Now you're going to be covered in fucking ticks. You see him jumping? What are you doing, you lunatic? Oh, Cheryl's going to love that. Oh, now you're tangled in my leash. Your leash is tangled in my legs. Go ahead. How did that happen? Oh, it looks like there's no good nicks back here. Doing a hobo fire. Huh? What'd you find? Nut. If you look over there, I don't think you're going to be able to see. I can't. It's high tide. You can't see them. There's some headstones. No, come here. There's some headstones over there. They tore up a cemetery near Temple University, and they put the bodies in another cemetery in a big mass grave, and they got all these headstones. So they were supposed to smash them up and throw them near a bridge for like protection. It's called riprap. It's a type of rock that protects the structure. They're all over. So they were supposed to smash up the headstones a little bit so you couldn't read the names, and they didn't. So there's like, I don't know, like eight or 10 headstones over there. I'll have the video pop up. As a kid, we used to go swimming over there. And this section here, I mean, I know it's kind of full of abandoned tires, but there are, the city must have cleaned them up, because there used to be over 1,000 tires back here. What do you think? Don't be smelling that. Don't be smelling that. Oh, look at the little jumpy puppy. Okay, see. This is what's inside the tires. I remember when the pandemic first started, I didn't really understand how our lockdown was going to work. In January of 2020, I was watching Wuhan videos and how they shut down. And I thought we were going to shut down like they did, like you weren't allowed to leave, and if you got caught. So I have a thing where I have to go outside. So I was just going to like fucking hang here every day during the pandemic. It's the craziest thing. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, this thing was all full of tires. The city dump is only a half mile this way. Come here. Now, I don't know if there was a big... Nah, I think... I don't know if there was a tire fire or somebody cleaned them up. Come on, bud. You're a good boy, Rick. Stewie's my one-eyed chihuahua. Stewie. My kids walk him. A lot of people say, why don't you ever walk Stewie? My kids walk him. I walk Rick. Where you going? Stewie's turning 8. And so I'm going to be doing my annual big trip with Stewie downtown. Come on, Rick. What's up, buddy? Okay. I love you too. This ain't a bad spot. Now, you got... I only live about a mile from here, mile and a half. Having a bad day, you want to... It's kind of nice. Oh, is that a cop car? Fuck, Rick. Well, here's the story I always say. If I ever come back here with one of the dogs, I'll just say, oh, I heard one of my kids was drinking back here. Fucking throw them under the bus. Who gives a shit? Makes me kind of look like a good parent and a bad parent at the same time. I'm concerned that my kid's drinking underage, but then again, I have a kid who's sneaking and underaging, drinking. I'm also walking the pit bull. Yeah, there's a lot of questionable things going on right now. 2 weeks ago, you could drive your car back here. Come here, Rick. Yo! Come here. Where you going? Somebody must have drove their car, flattened all this shit out. Make a fishing spot. There's a stolen car that was dumped back there. Might be underwater. Or I think it's over there. You can't really see it. So what do you think about this place? If you're like not from here, or maybe if you are from here, what do you think of this? Do you see this? And does the word paradise even remotely pop up in your head? Like, because this is kind of like paradise to me. A silly city boy.